All right, guys, welcome back to the pod at Gaming Compute. Let's see if I get this posted early this morning. It's not that early, actually. It's like 8:30, but finishing up my coffee, and I got about 30 minutes till I gotta start getting ready. So let me record this, talking about this affiliate marketing project. So I have to mention right off the bat, this is not like some kind of get rich quick kind of thing, right? In my opinion, oftentimes if you're doing things organically without any kind of paid traffic or driving traffic in some kind of way where it's gonna accelerate things, other than just like naturally, then basically I would say, it's likely going to be slower, but it can lead to longer term potential for ongoing benefits, right? Like once you have more subscribers, more engagement, and you keep posting, and those algorithms are kind of just like feeding you. But I would say, okay, so you've started seeding, on the different platform accounts, and, at that time, I would definitely recommend, because you have 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, however many days you're spending trying to optimize these accounts. I would spend time, working on the bios, making sure the account is, up, ready to go, but at the same time, creating content, right? Not posting it necessarily at this time. You might need to wait about a week to start posting, but creating that content, making those, if you're making TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, shorts, video clips, or if you are making, blog posts, or I feel like that's the majority of what people are going to be doing. I don't really know if people use Facebook. Sometimes people use things like Quora, Pinterest, Reddit, blogging. The class that I am pulling these skills from, they recommended using Medium. I use Blogger, and so I don't know if there's a difference using Medium or Blogger. I need to look into that. But let's jump into what these next steps look like. So if you're creating, so basically when I was, optimizing my accounts, I started to create content, short form content. It's easier to post with videos, and it's easier to drive traffic with shorts. So I'm lucky that the affiliate program I'm connected to allows me to use their main YouTube channel to create shorts off of their long form interview content. And so I can basically just pull videos, cut them up into 30 to 60 second clips, and then basically create videos from there. Now, I noticed this takes a little bit of time. So, it's a little bit tedious. So it can help to be like, how many do you want to post a week? Realistically, how many do you want to post a week? Now, I don't know what that number is supposed to look like, but oftentimes if you can post every day or once a week or twice a week, but usually if you can keep up a schedule that's nearly every day, or every day, or maybe every weekday, a lot of times, that helps a lot. I've noticed with almost every type of platform that I use, whether it's podcasting or whatever, once I've been posting, and it can take a while, but once I've been posting daily, it usually improves traffic. And I've tested this out by, doing these. Well, I don't only do daily update episodes because of just trying to post daily and for traffic, but in a way, I do a little bit because sometimes I don't really have like a specific topic such as this, to be posting about. Like if I'm in the background for like a week doing other stuff, I don't really have other content that I'm like coming across that I can post like immediately. And it also helps me to post daily episodes, even though I don't post them daily. I record them probably daily, almost every day, probably like high 90 something percent of the week I record daily. But I don't always post them because I feel like once they get kind of old, if I haven't posted it, nobody's probably going to listen to it, but they're still kind of on the back burner, and I can technically still pull them and post just to have content to post. But I mean, if it's old, it kind of doesn't really, like, people don't really care what you were doing like 2 weeks ago or whatever usually. But if it's like there's like a topic attached to it, which I don't always put a topic, and so I don't usually remember like what was I doing like last Wednesday, like what was I doing 2 Wednesdays ago, what was I doing 2 Mondays ago, like I don't remember that. Like I don't remember what I was doing, like unless it was some really significant thing for the day. But usually I post those daily episodes just to keep the engagement, and also it helps me to kind of organize a little better when I'm actually talking about topics like these, to not have to go and just be like talking about my day in the middle of a specific topic that has nothing to do with like what time I woke up or what I had for breakfast, and then I'm like talking about that. I kind of ramble and get a little off topic, so that's kind of helped me to stay a little more on point with other recordings. But that's just an example of something you can try to do. But I mean, it can kind of take you out of the niche a little bit too, because it's not really like specific to the actual topics. But if people are engaged with your topics and they kind of want to follow up with what you're doing on a day-to-day, they might listen to it. But if you're, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of like it could work to your advantage. It might not. I don't really know for sure, but I feel like sometimes it's better to post than not. And so it's like I'd rather post about my day if I'm not posting any other specific topic. But usually the goal is like in the background I'm learning and participating in other tasks, and then when I have more to record about, I'll record about those experiences. And so that can be either through podcasting, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, you name it, like blogging. Like you can do that just to kind of keep the content rolling in. But again, it might be off of your niche topic. It might not necessarily help, but I mean, that's just one way to do it. If you want to post daily, at least there's something that you can say daily, or you can make it kind of on niche of something daily that you're doing and just talk about the little steps that you're taking every day. Like, because I mean, realistically, if you're creating content from scratch and you're not like cutting up other people's videos like with their permission, like the program I'm marketing for is, I have their permission to take their videos, but not every affiliate program is going to be like that. And again, the reason why I say it's probably not too wise to assume that this is going to be fast money is because a lot of these affiliate programs pay out maybe after 30 days or maybe after 60 days. Like, it's going to take a while for them to get the payments to you, even if you are, like, say, even if you did get one purchase every single day. Like, I don't know, the example I used last time of that science fair tutor, I don't even remember what I was saying, like science fair tutor affiliate program that is fictitious that I made up off the top of my head. You're not like that science fair thing, like basically you're not really gonna be getting, like, say if it's like $10 per order and you're getting one every day, a lot of times you can't cash out same day. It depends on the program though. Like, some programs, I don't know if ClickBank works like that. I don't know if some of these other ClickFunnels type programs work like that, but I would say 30 to 60 days sounds a little more likely, because yeah, like you can make sales, like you can get people purchasing from your link and everything, but yeah, I don't really know of many programs where you can just cash out like right away, or sometimes you have to have like a certain amount. So say if it's $1 that you're earning per purchase and you have to get to $10 to cash out. So sometimes they have things like that, right? So those are things I just want to throw out there related to like the money, the traffic. But basically what I was doing while optimizing my accounts and, writing the bios and making sure I'm like engaging with each of the 3 accounts that I opened. It was the YouTube was already open, like I mentioned, but I started engaging with it. I started engaging with the Instagram and the TikTok, which were new. Watching and searching content and reading content that was, relevant to specific topics that's within the niche that I'm promoting. So things like finance or mindset or things like that, they recommend doing it that way so that, the algorithm catches on and recommends things to you that are kind of like on niche. And I don't really know if you only need to engage with that content, that type of content, if it impacts anything for you, if you start just like randomly searching other stuff. I don't really know. So that's one thing that we talked about before. So for people who want to create short form content using video clips, if you have permission to take clips, the class I'm using recommends CapCut. It's a video editing software that's free. What I like about it is that, if you don't maybe have a whole lot of space on your computer, you don't have to download the entire software. You can actually use the software through their website, making a login and password, and you basically have an account and you can use that. What I like about that is you can access that from anywhere. So say if I'm not recommending using like public computers and stuff, but some people have to do that. And so it's like, if you have to go to the library, for example, if it's not a blocked site, you could potentially go to the library and use that computer and log in to your CapCut account. And then you still have access to the edits or the, drafts that you've made. And so you can kind of work a little bit from anywhere with or without your computer. I believe you can also use a smartphone app as well. I think CapCut also has a smartphone app. Now, I've only used this for short form content of about like 30 to 60 seconds. I haven't created a whole lot of videos because I'm kind of in a debate with myself And I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But I think I'm kind of in a debate with myself about video content creation, just because it's not really my thing, but also just because it's so time consuming. It's like I'd rather write than like edit video. But also, I'll tell you kind of what I'm doing right now, which I'm seeing if it's gonna work, but it feels like it's a lot of work. Okay. One method that can be used to pull content from other YouTube channels is using y2mate.tools. There's a website, y2mate.tools, and you can basically copy a video link, paste that into y2mate.tools. It will export it for you as a video file that you can save into CapCut, and then you can edit and crop. You can zoom in, you can write captions and put music. So what they recommend is creating a 30 to 60 second video. If you're using this method where you have permission to use other people's videos, I mean, you might get some copyright issues if you start using other people's stuff, but basically, yeah, making a 30 to 60 second video, you want to make sure, if you can crop so that it's zoomed in only on like one part of the screen or whatever works for you. You can make for sure that it fits for the platform that you're posting on, right? So if you're posting on like Instagram or TikTok, usually people hold their phones upright on Instagram and TikTok, right? Like you're not in landscape, you're in profile most of the time, right? And so that's where the cropping can come in handy, or changing the like from 16:9 or whatever. I don't remember the measurements for the frame, but you can change that so that it matches what people are using on the platform depending where you're posting. And you can do all this in this CapCut program. Like, it's a free software. I mean, it's not like Final Cut Pro, it's not like the best of the best of the best, but I mean, you can basically do this for free. You can use CapCut, you can use the y2mate.tools website, and YouTube, and just create a whole bunch of videos on your own. And 30 to 60 seconds, you only need a clip that's 30 to 60 seconds. So what I did, I took like 2 minutes or so of a section where, the interviewer was talking, or like a person was talking about the product, and, something that was like, maybe they're talking about how it helped them. Maybe they're talking about what it helped them to avoid. Maybe they're talking about how it improved their life in some way, and just, cutting out a lot of the wording that kind of wasn't exactly on topic. Like if they were kind of a little bit off topic or something, and I would basically just take 2 minutes of listening to it, and then once I found the amount that I wanted to start editing into a 30 to 60 minute clip, I would, take that video, that 2 minutes of it, cut out the whole rest of it, and then start working on that 2 minutes worth to try to cut it down to 30 or 60 seconds. Like, you could get like 2-3 videos out of a 2 minute video if you're only doing 30 to 60 seconds, and you can do it fast. It's not that difficult. And basically you're gonna just save these video clips, these video shorts. You're gonna save them. Like, I've labeled like a folder, like which ones are going to YouTube, which ones are going to Instagram, which ones are going to TikTok. Putting the music in the background, putting the captions of the words in like a bright colored font. at the end, I have a QR code to my direct affiliate link. So if somebody is maybe on their desktop or something and they don't want to even go down into the description and click my link, if they're on their desktop or a laptop with the screen, they can basically capture my QR code. Now if you're on like TikTok or Instagram, you're probably not going to be using the QR code, but I don't know if there's a way to make it clickable. I don't know. Like, there's ways that you can, like, put links, though, in Instagram and TikTok where people can, like, navigate into whatever site you want them to navigate towards. And so, all this is kind of being done during the week when you're, optimizing and seeding these new accounts. Like, you're just in the background making content. You have like a week's worth of content that you've been creating. Now, I'll be honest, I did not take a week to create a whole bunch of videos. Initially, I was like, I'm going to do 10 of these a day. And I did 2 of them the first day. It took a long time because it was a bit of a learning curve to learn CapCut and, get into the rhythm of like how to make the videos. I think I could bang out 10 a day now, but right now I'm kind of focused more on blogging because that's kind of more my style of doing things. So I'm going to tell you kind of my strategy that I'm trying, that I don't know if it's proven yet, but it's something I've kind of done in the past that I explained a little bit last time. But I'm trying some new things. This isn't from the class exactly. This is just my own, like, let's go rogue and see what happens. So I'm more familiar with writing blog posts, right? But you can still have a YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok while you're writing a blog. So you can embed videos into your blog posts. And so that's something I've always liked to do, was put videos and then link the video back to the channel. So if somebody clicks, when they start reading the blog article, after the first couple lines of like, they already like the title, they already are, reading the first like couple 1 or 2 sentences, and then I post the video like right there. So with the template I have on my blog right now, the videos are not showing up with the thumbnail like right when somebody sees the post, like on their phone or something. Like, they have to click into it. And so that's something I don't really like, because I feel like I wish that people didn't have to click to be able to see the video clip. So it's just my own preference, because it's like sometimes people want to read, but sometimes the clips are so short anyways, it's like I don't think it needs to be longer. So things like links, backlinks to, your links, putting the link other places as well in the post, like not like spamming it all over, but just trying to put it that way. So I'm basically making blog posts because I can do those faster. Not every blog post is going to require a video. You can always just use pictures and things like that, but like stock photo pictures and things like that. But I'm more comfortable with blogging than I am with making YouTube content. That's just my own personal preference. But I'm not gonna avoid YouTube. I'm just not gonna put like everything, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna put I don't need to put like all of their videos, like videos on everything, but it's easier for me to make like I have a much easier time making blog posts. And so what I intend to do to drive traffic is to dabble with Reddit, Quora, and Pinterest to put my blog post within the niche of where people are talking about topics that are relevant. So what that does is it provides valuable content for people who are like, hey, I'm interested in something, around this topic. I'm interested in, science fair tutors, and you find the posts that are related to that, and you can basically talk about, your, like, it's like, you don't want to be sketchy or whatever, but, like, if you already have posts, that's one way to just drive traffic, is because you're not just like spamming your blog all over the place, but it's like, if somebody's asking for something that you already have information about, then you might as well provide them information where they can get those details and they can figure it out for themselves, if they need or want your product from yours, if they need or want that product from your site. But if they want to use your affiliate link and everything. But what it does is it can drive traffic more organically than just waiting for people to find you. So I would say the goal in the first week, while you're seeding and optimizing your new accounts, creating content during those times, like learning what you want to creating content, maybe not posting it yet, not posting it for the first week, but creating content while you're kind of engaging with your new accounts, because you'll have more time to create content, because it doesn't take that long, right? If you're engaging on each page for 3 to 5 minutes, that's like 15 minutes out of your day that you've engaged on those new accounts on the 3 platforms, or whichever platforms you're using, honestly, and then you're just posting. You're posting after, but then you'll have a week's worth of content that you've created, however much that may be. Like, I only had like 1 blog post and 2 videos, and then I created 2 blog posts yesterday. 1 went up yesterday, 1's gonna go up today, and it's like, that's not a lot, but it's like, once I start going over to like Reddit, Quora, Pinterest, and engaging over there, it's going to be driving traffic to those 3. So today, that's something I'm going to try, but it's like, it's a lot, it's like you're trying all these little things just to see what's kind of going to work at the same time as posting content, creating content. But at the end of the day, it's all free, right? Yeah, it's time is money, but it's free, just to potentially drive traffic. And if you think about it, the guy who does the class, he made a very good point that I was trying to drive home to myself, because he says, these are like evergreen, people can find these, as long as these, sites exist, people can find these things. Like I mentioned in the other episode, right, that I had this, blog account where I posted something about like some Latina program that was like volunteer work or something like that, called like Helping Hands or something like that, and it's still getting traffic, and I don't even know what it is, and like I just happened to like put a backlink to the picture, and like I was getting like tons and tons and tons of traffic for years. I feel like it's been like 15 years or something I've been getting traffic from this one post that I just happened to like take their picture off their site and then, put a hyperlink to that picture, and it has nothing to do with what I was even like talking about for the most part. Like a little bit, I think it was a post about like volunteer work or something. I don't really know. I honestly don't really know. But things like that, you can get traffic, just from, long-term traffic. And as long as your affiliate program is still working, it's like, once you've done all the background work to set all these things up, and then you're consistently posting, the goal is having consistent traffic to people who are interested in your niche, who need your product, who are interested in the product that you're promoting. And basically that's how to make those get that money. But it's a long game, guys. Like, unless you're paying people to do it or whatever. And I would always recommend, try it first on your own. But, it does take a while. Like, basically what you need is data. And so the more you post, the more data you get. And when you get data, what you do with that data is you can see, oh, people are engaging with this, people are engaging with that, nobody's watching or listening to these, nobody's clicking on this other one. And then you can kind of see in the analytics what's getting the most traffic for you, just organically, what's getting the most traffic for you. Sometimes you can find where the traffic sources are coming from. It's like, oh, when I post on Pinterest, I'm getting a lot more traffic than from anywhere else. But sometimes you can't tell where the traffic's coming from. And so sometimes it's just the topics alone that are driving the traffic, because that's what people want to know. And it can help to post the same types of topics if people want that information. And so that's kind of all I really have to say today, and what I have in my plans for the next couple days. And I'll report back about how things are going once I start, trying to drive more traffic. Right now, it's been posting some content. Now I'm trying to drive some traffic to that content. And I don't really have a schedule of what I'm doing, but I really need to make a schedule and fast, because I don't want to miss out on the opportunity of newly seeded accounts that are getting some traffic already. They've got a little bit of traffic, not a whole lot, but some of this stuff like I mentioned, the YouTube channel has been up for a while. So there was a video already on there that was getting a lot of a lot of traffic. But that was like from at least like a year ago or something, maybe more than a year ago. So, all right, guys, I hope you're having as much fun with this as I am. Again, I would not recommend trying to do this if you're trying to make money like within a week or even 2 weeks. I'm not going to say you can't make money, but, usually these types of, projects are kind of a long-term game. But once you establish an income stream, you can usually get money coming into you, on a regular basis. And once you have data, you know where the traffic is, coming from, or what topics are driving more traffic, and you can go more in that direction, leaning in the direction. When you're creating content, a lot of times it can be hard, when you're a creative person and you're like, well, I want to post about this, but other people want to hear about that. I mean, I definitely have that, especially with podcasting. I'm always like, there's certain topics that I definitely love, but I'm like, but other people want me to post about credit scores or whatever. And it's like, cool, but like, I love it because it's helpful to people. But at the same time, it's like, sometimes I don't have much to say, or I don't have a natural interest in like researching topics like that all the time. Sometimes I'm into it, sometimes I'm not. So yeah, that's kind of what I can talk about on my end as far as firsthand experience. It takes a while to get the data, but the more you post, and quality, you don't want to just sloppily just like be posting just to post. But I mean, I want to talk. I record while I'm driving, but I record when I'm driving. I record when I'm sleepy. I record when I wake up in the middle of the night. Like, but yeah, like, if people want to engage with your content, they will. If they don't want to, they won't. But yeah, the first goal I would say is creating content. From there, once you're able to post, driving traffic and getting data from the traffic. The more you post, the more data you'll have faster, and then you'll be able to tell kind of what people are gravitating towards, and maybe even be able to tell what platforms are driving the most traffic for you, and then keep repeating those processes where it's working, and try to avoid more, creating content that people aren't really engaging with, and that'll kind of increase your chances. So good luck with it all, and that's it for now. Thanks for listening.